Imagine a world where every day is a search for food, where your life depends on a successful hunt and berries found by chance. This was the world of our ancestors for thousands of years. But one day, everything changed. This didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, arduous experiment in survival and observation. The first farmers weren't scientists. They were desperate people watching nature closely. It started with a simple observation. Women who gathered wild plants noticed something miraculous. Seeds that fell to the ground one season sprouted into plants the next. This wasn't magic, it was a pattern, and patterns can be used. The first fields weren't the neat rectangles we know today. They were small, messy patches of cleared land near rivers. The tools? A sharpened stick hardened in fire, a stone tied to a branch, human hands. That's all they had. Choosing the right land was a matter of life and death. Elders would kneel by riverbanks, feeling the soil, discussing its color and texture. They looked for places where wild grasses grew thickest, nature's own sign of fertility. Clearing the land was back-breaking work. Stone axes against stubborn bushes, fire to burn away roots, hands gathering countless stones that would later become field boundaries and house foundations. Then came the planting, not with machines, but with careful human hands. Each seed was selected from the previous year's best plants. Each was placed into the earth with ritual care, often blessed by shamans who understood this was more than farming. It was a pact with nature itself. Water was carried in leather bags from distant streams. Simple canals were dug with sticks and antler tools. The first irrigation was just a person diverting a tiny trickle of water towards thirsty plants. Protection meant constant vigilance. Children spent days in fields, shouting and throwing stones at birds. Scarecrows made of animal skin swayed in the wind. Thorn fences kept out hungry animals. The harvest was a moment of collective triumph. Using sickles with tiny flint blades, people cut wheat stalk by stalk. They tied sheaves with the stems themselves, nothing wasted. The first grain was carried back to villages not just as food, but as proof that humans could work with the earth. Threshing happened under bare feet and with simple flails. Winnowing meant tossing grain into the wind and trusting it to separate wheat from chaff. Every kernel was precious. Storage became sacred. Large clay pots were fired for grain. Baskets were woven and coated with clay. Guarding these stores became someone's sole responsibility, the first full-time job born from agriculture. The first meal from the new harvest was a communal celebration. Porridge cooked in large pots. Part of the crop was offered to ancestors on stone altars, gratitude mixed with superstition. But this revolution had a price. Staying in one place meant vulnerability. Crop failures could starve entire communities. Diseases spread in crowded settlements. And for the first time, humans had something to fight over: fertile land. Yet these first gardens created something unprecedented: surplus. Not all food had to be eaten immediately. This surplus allowed specialization. Not everyone had to farm. Some could become potters, weavers, tool makers. Most importantly, it created time. Time to observe the stars and create calendars. Time to develop writing to record harvests. Time to build not just huts, but temples and monuments. These first farmers didn't know they were laying the foundation for pyramids, cities, and empires. They were just trying to survive. But in clearing those first fields, they were planting the seeds of civilization itself. The echo of their digging sticks still resonates in every loaf of bread, every meal grown from a seed, every human settlement on this planet. They weren't just growing